Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome to episode 5 of Frosted Frames. Thank you for joining me with my little show. You know, we're going to keep going with these movie reviews. We're going to keep them coming, keep them coming. Listen, if y'all got anything in particular that y'all want me to watch or y'all want me to review, leave a comment. Hit me on social media. Engage. If they talk about engagement, drive everything up. Click or subscribe if you feel like it. I ain't trying to impress you. But we ain't wasting more time. Let's go ahead and get on in episode 5.
Okay, okay. I got one for y'all. Blue chips. And no, I'm not talking about actual chips. Blue chips with Nick Nolte in it. Staple in the 90s. Y'all didn't watch the movie? Don't worry about it. I got you. But you still need to go watch it. Y'all remember Coach Bob Knight? Yeah. That's who they modeled Nick Nolte's character behind. Right? So Nick Nolte is the head basketball coach at some fictitious university, right? And we open up last game of the season. They lose. He had a rant. He got kicked out the game. And after the game, the coach is in the locker room talking about the season and preparing for the next season and how they gonna recruit. And they come up like, man, like we're not getting, you know, these top athletes because we ain't giving no money, right? Like this is during the time, this is set in the time before you could pay athletes legally, before NIL deals to the college athletes and the high school athletes, long before that. And so Nick Nurse was like, I run a clean program. We just got to go hit the ground. We got to hit the road hard. We got to just keep going after and getting these kids. But then Nick Nolte he started watching film and he thinking about it like, we really not gonna get these top athletes, not with just a scholarship. So Nick Nolte already getting nudged by one of the boosters, like, hey man, come holler at me. Come holler at me. I got you. Come holler at me. And he was like, no, we ain't we not running that kind of program. And the dude was like, all right, cool, but when you ready, come holler at me. So at this point, Nick Nolte go have a conversation with, I want to say the dude was like the athletic director. I forgot what his title was. He started having a conversation with him. And finally, Nick Nolte was like, all right, what I got to do? And this is when the ball started rolling. So the coaches came in, they gave him 3 players. They was like, you get these 3 players. We guaranteed to win the season. He was like, cool. So the number 1 player was Shaquille O'Neal's character. Now, Nick Nolte done traveled all the way down to the bayou to go see Shaquille O'Neal playing. He done went through the swamp. He done walked through the ghetto. He sees Shaq. Honestly, it looked like they were playing in a dungeon. But Shaq was just in there yamming on folks. Hey, yamming on. And he get to talking with Shaq. He wound up going to the church down there. Oh wait, that might be later on. But Nick Nolte does go to a church at some point in this movie, and he started talking to Shaq about what he needs, and Shaq was like, "Man, I can't. I need to pass the test, whatever." And so he was all right, cool. We can probably work this out. We can, we'll get this under control. So then he go talk to so now Penny Hardaway is in here, right? Penny Hardaway and his mama, they live in the ghetto. I think it's in Detroit, right? And Nick Nolte show up to the house. He show up to the school first, watch them play in the basketball game, talk to his head coach, talking about this one of the best athletes ever. But you gotta talk to his mama. So Nick Nolte show up to the house, talking to the mama. The mama talking pretty much, how much? What can you do for me? I gotta raise these kids. And so he was like, well, we'll see what we can do. And so then he goes out to the country. Big old boy out there. Big old good country boy out there. Shoot that thing from far away. His daddy based out there like, well, I need a tractor and maybe some more cash. And at this point, Nick Nolte fed up. He was like, I don't need to pay for all this. So finally, he go hit up that booster like, man, look, to get these kids, I need all this. Boosie was like, say nothing. So a car show up at Shaq house. We flash. Penny Hardaway mama got a brand new house, brand new job, a whole new tractor show up at the country boy house, a duffel bag of money show up at the house, and now he got his recruits. Now he got his recruits coming in. They're doing a tour, and they done all pretty much committed. And so we get into the season, to the new season. And after one game, Nick Nolte was alerted that one of your players was bought by me, by the booster. Like I own you because one of your players was bought by me. He was like, what you mean? So he started going back looking at the film. Come to find out, one of his players that he had took care of, I'm talking about taking care of this boy. He was shaving point. Tony was out there. Oh man, Brick. I'm talking about it was terrible watching this. That pissed Nick Nolte off. And at that point, that's when his guilty conscience pretty much set in. And he was like, yeah, I can't really rock with this, right? So now he coaching the boys up. They show you one game where all the boys playing together, have a great game. And at the end of it, Nick Nolte, he basically was like, man, F this. And I'm going to let y'all watch the rest of this. I give this movie 4 donuts. Okay, okay, okay. Now this one, y'all can think what y'all want to think. I'm going with what I'm going with. Armageddon. Come on, man. I remember being on vacation. Some of this came out. I remember where we were. We were in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Went to the movies and shit. My eyes was like this the whole time. This is so awesome. Right? So, in case you've been under a rock, Armageddon starts out, we find out that there is an asteroid that's about this big, multiplied by 1,000, probably more than that, on its way to Earth. And if it hit Earth, we all gone. We all gone, y'all. We going to the upper room. Okay? So NASA, they done came together. And they said, what can we do to save the world? And they all sitting there like, well, we can send a nuke up there. They're like, no, we probably shouldn't do that. Okay. Can we send some other missiles? Can we do something like that? Like, no, that probably ain't gonna work. The best idea from the folks at NASA was we need to drill into the core of the asteroid, drop the bomb in there, and that will blow it up so that the two, so it blow up into halves, so that if this is Earth, the halves can go around Earth, right? Because they done had some mini asteroids crash in, and they was like, we can't take that big one. So in comes Bruce Willis's character. Now, Bruce Willis owns and apparently is the best driller on Earth, right? And so we find him on an oil rig in the middle of the water, and he running his outfit, and he trying to figure out. We open up to him trying to figure out like why are we at a certain depth when I didn't approve going a certain depth, and they said, well, rig whatever is was running, and he was like, I wonder why. So he goes walking across the oil rig, looking. You know who he looking for? He looking for Ben Affleck, because Ben Affleck was the one that was running that rig that went a little deeper, too deep, and was running after hours when it wasn't supposed to be running. So finally, Harry, which is Bruce Willis's character, he done popped in on Ben Affleck in his little sleeping quarters. Well, Bruce Willis, like most daddies, got a sixth sense. And he started looking around, He knows a little brawl. Ain't but one female on the oil rig, and it happens to be that of his daughter. So guess who's under the covers hiding behind Ben Affleck is his daughter. Harry was like, be right here till I get back. So Harry go to find a shotgun. Meanwhile, Ben Affleck is haul ass around this rig. Harry out there, he get a glimpse of bow, bow. He just letting off shots on the oil rig, mind you. So at some point, one of the buckshots actually ricocheted off or something and hit Ben Affleck. Well, around the time of this happening, here come the folks from NASA. Are you Harry? You must come with us. So Harry told his homeboy, hey, get everybody off the rig, get them home. But he made his daughter come with him. He come, they had the military take him to NASA, and that now Billy Bob Thornton, he the one who's like over this whole mission. He telling Harry what's going on. And so they was like, we need you to train our astronauts to go up there and do what you can do. And Harry was like, ain't nobody finna do that. Like, I can't train your astronauts how to do that. And so Billy Bob Thornton, the military and the rest of NASA, they like, what do you suggest? He was like, my crew. Man, they start pulling out the reports on his people. All kinds of illegal activity, all kind of prison terms. Could none of them get a government clearance at any point? Now you do have some smart people. You got philosophers. They know they know like your minerals on the earth. They can tell you about oil pressure going down and all kind of stuff. You got some big ones, you got some little ones, and you got some crazy ones. Remember the crazy one, okay? So they round up Harry's crew to include Ben Affleck, and now they tell them what's going on. And you can only imagine this ragtag group of individuals listening to this plan like, you want us to get on a spaceship, fly up there, drop a bomb, drill first, drop the bomb in there, and then come back and pray that this works. So they discussing, and Bruce Willis comes to Billy Bob Thornton and the rest of the people there, and it was like, they will agree to do this, but we have some conditions. Right now, I ain't gonna tell y'all all the conditions. You need to watch the movie. One of the conditions was they don't want to pay taxes ever again. And if I was put on a spaceship sent up there to save the world, I don't want to pay taxes ever again either. I'm not mad. Now the other stuff was pretty funny, but so they agreed. So now we in the training montage, right? And Harry and Ben Affleck, they clashing. They having like a true father son. I know what I'm doing. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Just listen. You do what I say. This is my crew, my team. Listen, right? And it's just looking like, child, this ain't we gone. Like, this ain't gonna work. But we get through training, right? Harry leads one team while Ben Affleck is leading the other team when it comes to the drilling. They both got pilots to take them up there. So we at it's about time for takeoff, right? And right before they getting ready to leave, right? Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis' daughter, I think it's Liz Tyler. Yeah, Michael Tyler's daughter, Steven Tyler's daughter. Forgot that man's name, but her name is Tyler. They have an emotional little "I'm gonna miss you," right? So they take off and both spaceships land. I want to say it's the International Space Station. The only person at the International Space Station is a Russian astronaut, right? And so they trying to refuel. Something happens, and it's chaos. The space station about to blow up. They got to rush, get back on they planes, and fly away. Well, because of the explosion, like Bruce Willis' team, they was able to get off and get going. But the spaceship that Ben Affleck and them was on, it caused them to crash land on on the asteroid, right? Bruce Willis and them think that they did. They was like, we only got one crew. We only got one crew. So let's get through this. Bruce Willis and his crew, they start drilling. They going through bits. This bit not working. This bit not working. Everybody watching the clock on Earth up there like this ain't working. Well, at one point, remember the crazy dude I was telling you about? He then got on top of the nuke they're supposed to drop down in the hole, and he ride it like it's a bull. And one man was like, "Can you please get off of the nuke? Just get off of it." So we come to find out that a few people from Ben Affleck's crew, they survived the crash, and so they have I think the thing called like an armadillo or something like that. They was able to drive it out, and they on their way. They on their way to Harry and them. Well, Harry and them, they drill gets compromised. It blows up the dude that was working the drill, and Air Armadillo, whew, he gone. He gone into space. So now all them looking like, what we gonna do? Guess who come rolling in? It's Ben Affleck and his crew. So now we back to work. Well, remember the crazy dude I was telling you about? He done found the remote control to this gun, and he letting off bullets on the asteroid. At this point, they done had to take this man and they done strapped him down to a chair. He can't move. He cannot move. And thank God he didn't. So Harry and Harry and so Harry started telling AJ, hey, back it down, back the drill down. And AJ was like, no, trust me, Harry. For once in your life, you gotta trust me. Well, they wound up hitting the depth they're supposed to. Cool. They dropped the nuke down in there. Cool. But man, at some point there was like a little earthquake situation, a little tremor situation. And this caused the remote control for the nuke to be destroyed. And so you know what that means? Somebody got to get left. Because somebody got to be here to boop, hit the button. So I ain't gonna tell y'all how the rest of this go. Y'all need to watch it. Just know that I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep cause I miss you, baby. And I don't wanna miss a thing. That's this was written for the soundtrack for this movie. All right. I do give Armageddon 4.5 donuts. Fight your mom. I don't care what you say. Okay. Okay. Listen, this one right here. This one, classic. Classic. Boomerang. Y'all ain't seen Boomerang? Listen to this cast. Eddie Murphy, Robin Givens, Halle Berry, Martin Lawrence, David Allen Greer, John Witherspoon, Eartha Kitt, Grace Jones, Tisha Campbell, Chris Rock. What y'all talking about? Boomerang was like that. All right, cool. Picture perfect. So, uh, Eddie Murphy is the main character, and he is one of the top marketing executives at his firm. And at along with his position came power and his accessibility to all the women that are out there. And he is exactly what he sounds to be. He is a womanizer, right? He sleeps with them and he moves on, don't call him back, anything. And he has a foot fetish. Okay. It's something about them feet. If them feet ain't right, he ain't with you. He can't get with you. So we start seeing him, and they start off with him, and he has a little situation going on, and While they at the house, Tisha Campbell hating ass is the neighbor, and she trying to take leave girl. He ain't nothing but a dog. And Eddie Murphy don't listen to her. Why don't you go in the house? And so he shut the door. They do their thing. Next day, he in the office. Hey Marcus, because that's Eddie Murphy's character. And we found out at work he is involved with this huge pitch for Strange. This is Grace Jones's character, right? And she is coming out with fragrance. And Eddie Murphy and they goes, okay, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna try our best. And so this is what we know that he is working on. And so we soon come to find out that his company is bringing on a new executive, Robin Givens. And Robin Givens is a looker, right? Robin Givens even got Eddie Murphy giving a look. So Eddie Murphy started trying to work his powers on Robin Givens. Robin Givens playing hard to get. Come to find out, Robin Givens is the female equivalent of Eddie Murphy. So they go on a work trip and they wind up coming in. And Eddie Murphy, I believe Eddie Murphy goes to her room or she goes to his room. I forgot that detail, but they, whatever. And then the next day, Eddie Murphy wake up, she gone. Eddie Murphy feel like, well, I'm not a $2 hoe, right? Karma coming back on him. So, in the meantime, let's talk about this pitch that he got going on. They have a meeting, and the one editor dude that tried to put this one thing together, he made the Strange thing seem absolutely insane. It was wild, and it was like, we're gonna go back, we're gonna fix this. Well, we also found out that Eartha Kitt character, I believe she was used to be the owner, and so he's trying to, schmooze up to her. Now, Eartha Kitt didn't get Eddie Murphy to come over, and she put the moves on him because he think that she is still in control of the company when her name's on the company. She don't have no control. So he done mess around himself with Eartha Kitt for no reason. Eartha Kitt was putting it on him. My God. So at this point, Eddie Murphy, he is trying his hardest to get with Robin Givens. Why won't she call him? One night she stood him up at the movies, and now all the women at the job talking about him because Robin Givens walking around talking about, oh yeah, I slept with him, and now he see what it feel like to be taken advantage of. Now bring in his homeboys, Martin Lawrence, David Allen Greer. David Allen Greer, the mess around, started messing with Marcus's co-worker, who was Halle Berry, but Marcus winds up putting the moves on Halle Berry, and so now him and David Allen Greer got beef, but they wound up squashing it. Look, Marcus realized that he is just a total a-hole when it comes to a lot of things. He steps away from the company, and Strange, y'all got to watch the part when Strange shows up at this dinner. Just go watch that movie. Yeah, man, a young Halle Berry, Martin Lawrence. Man, this was a great movie in the 90s. What are we talking about? It does show the duality of, dogging women, dogging men, and what goes around comes around. Like, this movie was a great tale for that. I do give Boomerang 4 donuts. All right, everyone. I want to say thank you very much for joining me on today's episode of Frosted Frames. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, be blessed.